This is possible due to an internal hydraulic pressure system in their bodies. This means they can change the pressure of fluid that's in their legs. Welcome to Nature Explorers Insects, presented by the Danbury Public Library, where we'll be looking at the tiny, wonderful world of insects, bugs, and arachnids. This week, we'll be looking at some 8-legged creatures, spiders. Spiders are arthropods. Arthropods are animals with no internal skeletons who instead have exoskeletons, as a hard outer shell that protects their body. They also have segmented bodies, which means their bodies can be divided into sections. The final thing we need to know about arthropods is that they have paired jointed appendages. This means that they have the same number of legs on each side of their bodies and that those legs are partially bent. Insects, myriapods like centipedes and millipedes, crustaceans like crabs, and arachnids like spiders are all arthropods. Since arthropods have a hard exoskeleton, they need to shed their skin or molt as they grow. Spiders have adapted to live in just about every type of habitat. They are found worldwide on every continent except for Antarctica. In fact, they are the 7th most diverse creatures on the face of the earth. As of May of this year, at least 49,800 species of spiders have been discovered, and new species are being found regularly. Like the pine rockland trapdoor spider, which was recently found by a zookeeper on the grounds of the Zoo Miami in Florida, as well as various new species of peacock spiders. But despite this diversity, they all have one thing in common. All spiders produce silk. This silk that they spin is 5 to 6 times stronger than high-grade steel by weight, and is stronger than any known natural or synthetic fiber on the earth. It's more durable than the strongest man-made fiber, Kevlar, which is used to make bulletproof vests. That's some impressive silk. It's also durable. Spider silk can be stretched up to 140% of its length without breaking. Yet it's very lightweight. A strand long enough to circle the entire earth would weigh less than a bar of soap. But what's it made of? This silk, also known as gossamer, is a protein the spider's body produces from its spinnerets, and it has a lot of uses. When first hatched, a baby spider creates a single strand of silk, which it uses to ride away from the egg sac on a light breeze. This is called ballooning. But the main function they use silk for is feeding. Spiders build beautiful, intricate webs to catch their food. We usually see these webs more than we see the spiders themselves. If we're not careful, we find these webs by walking through them and getting the sticky strands stuck to us. So we know that spider webs are sticky, but does that mean the spider gets stuck to its own webs? They do not. Scientists have found that the legs of spiders are actually covered in branching hairs and a natural non-stick coating. This makes the droplets of sticky glue that coats their web silk simply slide off the hairs of their legs. Really cool! Now, most spiders are solitary creatures, but some gather together in large colonies to help each other hunt for prey. These social spiders build massive communal webs that allow them to easily trap prey. The spiders then share the captured creatures amongst themselves, so that everyone gets to have something to eat. But that's not all. Some spiders don't just build a web and wait, they actively fish for their meal. The ogre-faced spider weaves a net of sticky silk between its front legs, then dangles itself over an area where prey are likely to pass by. When something tasty comes close, it pounces, quickly wrapping the meal up in their net. Bola spiders have a unique trick of their own. They use a long line of silk with a spot of sticky glue at the end. They swing these bolas near moths to catch them, kind of like how we use fishing line when catching a fish. And some spiders don't use webs to catch prey at all. Trapdoor spiders make a burrow underground with a cork-like door made of soil, vegetation, and silk that's placed over the entrance. And they use a bit of silk as a hinge so they can open and close it. When hunting, the spider waits just inside their burrow behind that half-closed door. When something tasty comes by, the spider detects the vibrations of their movement and pounces. There are also wolf spiders, who are the sprinters of the spider world. They don't build webs, preferring to run down their prey. They're very fast. They then pounce on their prey and catch it in their jaws. Spiders are nearsighted. This means they can see things that are close, but anything that's far away is a blurry mess. Now, being able to see things close up but not far is a problem for us humans. It's why many people like me have to wear glasses. But when you're a spider, it's not really an issue. They wait for their prey to either get caught in their sticky, silky webs or to come close enough for them to sense the vibrations of their movement. And because of this, no distance vision is required. Jumping spiders are the athletes of the spider world, able to jump up to 50 times their own length. This is possible due to an internal hydraulic pressure system in their bodies. This means they can change the pressure of fluid that's in their legs. This causes a spring-like motion, propelling the spider forward. That's why these little guys can go so far when they jump. Now, for the most part, even though spiders look kind of creepy, they're actually really helpful creatures. They eat various bugs and insects that annoy us, bite us, invade our homes, or damage our plants. And while almost all spiders have a little bit of venom in them that they use to disable their prey, they're not dangerous to us humans. But some spiders have more powerful venom that can cause us harm. In Connecticut, we have two spiders that should be avoided, the black widow and the brown recluse. Black widows are about a ½ inch long and a deep black color. They have a red hourglass shape on their abdomen, that bigger part of their body. Only adult female black widows bite. The male ones do not. The brown recluse spider is actually not native to Connecticut. It can be brought in on produce like fruits and vegetables, as well as on wood. The brown recluse is also about a ½ inch long. It's got a brownish colored body with markings on that back that kind of look like a violin to a lot of people. And they have long legs. Now, if we get bit by either of these spiders, we may feel nauseous, get a headache, feel our muscles cramping up, get a fever, have chills, and even have trouble breathing. If we are bitten by one of these spiders, the first thing we need to do is remain calm. We should then wash the area that was bitten with soap and water and put an ice pack on for 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, we remove the ice pack for 10 minutes and then put the ice pack back on again. We do this on and off at 10-minute intervals until we get to a doctor. And yes, you should see a doctor right away. What the doctor will do is they will give you some antivenom, which will work against the venom the spider put into your body, and they will also monitor you to make sure you don't have any worse reactions. Now, while all this sounds really scary, the truth is your chance of running into one of these little creatures is actually pretty slim. These spiders are not looking to attack us. They really just want to be left alone, which is why they choose rarely used places like under rocks, in cracks of stone or walls or wood, in wood piles, or in unused areas of garden sheds for their homes. But if they feel threatened by us, they will bite. The best way to avoid being bitten is to not stick your hands into any areas that you can't clearly see. So if there's a crack in the wall and it's really dark in there, you probably shouldn't be sticking your hand in there because there might be a spider in there that just doesn't really want you poking your hand into their house. Also, if we're going to be wandering around in areas where it looks like these guys like to live, it's best if we wear closed-toed shoes. These are things like sneakers, long pants and long sleeve shirts, and if we're going to be poking around with our hands, gloves. This way, these guys can't bite us very easily. So while we have two types of spiders here in Connecticut that we should avoid, that doesn't mean that all spiders are dangerous. Most of the ones we have are very helpful and interesting creatures that we should observe and be careful with, just so we don't damage them, because remember, they're much smaller than we are. Thank you for joining me this week on Nature Explores Insects. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious. Bye, everyone.